Major decision expected this week that could impact students and families within the Unit 5 school district. Good Tuesday evening. I'm Tyler Lopez.
And I'm Janice Rebholz. The school board has a vote planned for tomorrow and a sweeping plan to ease overcrowding, redraw school boundaries, and invest millions. Gianna Zhao joining us in the studio with more tonight. Gianna.
Yeah, that's right, Tyler and Janice. This new recommendation Unit 5 package is presenting would impact more than 600 students in grades K through 12 across the school district, about 6% of total enrollment. This does not include the two proposals regarding Carlock Elementary and Glen Elementary, as the board has decided to keep both schools open while continuing to monitor enrollment. The plan would help ease crowding at several schools, including Benjamin, Cedar Ridge, Parkside Elementary, Towanda, Evans Junior High, and Normal Community. Superintendent Kristen Weichel says the idea is to cut down on the use of portable classrooms and improve current buildings so students have enough space to learn in. It also includes a new early learning center for pre-K students, along with a space for a program serving 18 to 22-year-olds. The district is also looking at changing school boundaries to better balance student numbers, as some schools are already full or close to it.
And we certainly want to support students and families who are making any changes. So we'll work with our building principals, we'll work with our PTOs to find ways to welcome new students and families into their new school community.
If approved, implementation of the plan would begin in 2027 through 2028 school year, with renovation costs for certain schools estimated between $32 million and $45 million. The board is scheduled to vote on these recommendations tomorrow at 6:30 p.m. at Normal West High School. The superintendent didn't mention any additional funds needed to put these plans in place.